After 6 months of waiting, the Stanley Cup Finals are finally here. Carl Kalanch for the Sports Hit List by the fans and for the fans. Let me introduce my panel. Chuck, my condolences. Are you okay? How are you hanging in, bro?
Today I'm a little bit better, but it still hurts deep down. It still hurts.
Yeah, tough losses. Andrew, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. We started with 24 teams, and we came down to our final two. Both teams from the southern part of the United States. Was not expecting that.
Mike Sparacino, shaved the beard. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. It's Saturday, so got to sleep in for once.
And a father of two who's on the road waiting for his daughter at her dance, Mike Phillips. How you doing, sir, Mr. SFC?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I have to call Mike Sparacino out, though, because doesn't he sleep in every day?
He does, but
I wish I could. Not anymore, man. I wish I could.
On Saturday.
Well, listen. After our debates of trying to figure out when we're doing a segment, he finally wake up to do this. It's not too early for Mike. I mean, we didn't pitch the 5 a.m. for a hockey segment, but we got him in on 11.
Never.
But gentlemen, we're finally here. Who would have thought that after everything we've dealt with over the last 5-6 months, that we're finally here at the Stanley Cup at the end? We have the Dallas Stars versus the Tampa Bay Lightning in the final Stanley Cup. Chuck, what are you thinking about this series overall?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to the NHL for putting this all together. I don't think they've had one positive COVID test since hockey came back, back in training camps and everything. So shout out for them. The Stanley Cup is a little disheartening considering my Islanders came up short, but I knew Tampa was going to make it. I said it from the first segment that we did. But Dallas really surprised me. They're playing great hockey. They're getting contributions all over the place. Jamie Benn has really stepped up. I will say that much. Would I have liked to see my Islanders in there? Yeah. Am I a little upset that's not Tampa Vegas? Yeah. But Tampa Dallas, it could be a really good series. I think both of them play a nice defensive style of hockey. They both have the offense to put up goals. So it should be a good one.
Flips, what was your first initial thought when you got to the final here between Dallas and Tampa Bay?
I actually, if you look at the other video, I did call Dallas beating Vegas. I just thought they were coming out, off a hot streak, taking out Colorado and then being able to play as strong as they were playing. When it comes to the Tampa Bay Islanders series, I actually was rooting for you guys. I was rooting for the Islanders. I was hoping that the Islanders were actually going to be able to take the momentum that they had. But you saw how dominant Tampa Bay is. If you notice, a lot of those players on that team have played together for a while now. And because of that, they have that glue, that nucleus that is helping them. Their defense is freaking stellar. Holy moly. Even when the Islanders scored, they would only score 1 or 2 goals. And it took overtime just for the Islanders to break free and be able to score. No pun intended on those breakaways. But I think that this is going to be an amazing series. You have 2 young teams with that veteran presence. And I'm excited. I'm excited because nobody thought these 2 teams would make it.
Andrew, what are your thoughts on the series, just matchup-wise, before we even get into predictions? What are your thoughts about the matchup?
Well, I read this morning, this is the first time ever in the Stanley Cup final history that both teams are from the Sun Belt region, meaning they're from the South. So considering that this is the 2 markets are not from your traditional hockey markets of anywhere in Canada or Boston or Minnesota or a big city like LA, New York, Chicago, this has the 2 franchises here have an opportunity to put on one hell of a show, one hell of a Stanley Cup final. And you might, if this becomes a memorable Stanley Cup, be beyond this being the COVID year, we might see more Southern fan bases back their teams, and hockey might start becoming more popular than the other sports, or just as popular than the other sports.
More popular than the other sports is just as popular as the other sports?
I backed it up and said just as popular.
So you backpedaled a little bit.
I backpedaled because I was like, because the NBA in Dallas, the Mavericks have a stronghold. The Stars can.
And you're not passing the Cowboys. We already know that.
You're not passing the Cowboys. That's for sure.
There. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
I said, but every other team is passing the Cowboys.
This is true. This is true. Shots fired. Sparacino, what are your thoughts on the series, on the matchup?
First off, sorry for the background change. I had to move. But Dallas is a team that I had honestly no faith in to begin with before the pandemic. So for them to get this far, it's actually nice to see a new team coming out of the West that's not Chicago or LA. Tampa, on the other hand, but they are a team who everyone was predicting before the regular season started, way back when, when stuff was normal. They were the team to come out of the East. Do I think that missing Steven Stamkos at a time like this could come into play? Possibly, but hey, they're still the team to beat for me.
All right, final predictions here. Mike, how many games, who wins? Mike Phillips, sorry.
Hey, I'm going Tampa in 6.
Oof, okay. Chuck?
I'm going to tail on to that. I'm going to say Tampa in 6 as well.
Andrew?
I'll be rooting for Dallas, but Tampa in 6.
Mike, are we making it a hitless clean sweep?
Almost 100%. I am rooting for Dallas too, like Andrew, but I got Tampa in 5.
You just had to throw it off. You couldn't just say 6 just for the sake of the hitless congregation?
Never.
Why not? Why not? Why do you have to be the difficult one?
Because somebody has to be.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on this Hitless Predictions. Any final thoughts about this series? Anything, any key matchups or individual matchups, anything keys that we need to look forward to?
I just want to say I actually want to jump on to what Chuck was saying before with the NHL. I thought they did an amazing job this entire playoffs, this entire comeback with, the pandemic. Even their arenas, the way they look, you didn't even miss the fans half the time, especially how they were giving those chants for each team that they would have when they scored goals and the celebrations. It made you feel like there was no home field or home ice advantage, but you also felt like you were in specific arenas at specific times. So I actually been excited this entire time, and let's go. Lord Stanley's coming out. Lord Stanley's coming.
Anybody else? Any final thoughts?
I just want to say I really feel for Ben Bishop. He was the goalie of the Lightning back in the day. Then they got rid of him because they had Vasilevsky coming up. Then he goes to Dallas. He's their starter, and then he gets replaced by Kudobin, and now he's the backup on Dallas. So it's a battle of Ben Bishop backups, and Ben Bishop is the backup.
Oh, I gotta. Did you mention the Dallas Cowboys earlier, Carl? Let's keep stirring the pot. So a few years ago, the Dallas Cowboys tweeted like the night the NHL started, as if anybody cares about hockey, Cowboys Eagles tonight, Sunday Night Football, and this was back when they had Tony Romo. So somebody in the Dallas Stars organization saw that and posted a photo of Mike Madonna back in '99 when he wore number 9, hoisting the Stanley Cup, and replied to the Dallas Cowboys, "At least our number 9 got the job done."
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. But again, overall here we have Tampa Bay in 6, except for Sparacino going Tampa Bay in 5. So we're going to hold you to that. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. As always, it's a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out. Again, special shout out to Mike Phillips on having his second daughter, Gianna, right, Mike?
Yes.
Congratulations. And good luck being living with a bunch of ladies. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I want to tell you, unofficially, it wasn't that we were paying tribute, but I want to say that, with everything that happened with Kobe Bryant this year and with his family, it's an honor that my daughter is named Gianna with everything that has gone on. And I'm honored to be a girl dad. Kobe Bryant really showed that within his life. And even though his life was cut short and his daughter's life was cut short, I hope that name still rings on. You saw it with Paul Gasol as well. The name Gianna really means something, and everybody should understand that. And always remember Kobe's legacy.
Man, listen, it's too early for tears, brother. It's too early to get me crying here, man. I'm fighting them back. That was beautiful, man. But again, congratulations to you and Lori. I hope everything is well. You guys stay safe, and I'm sure we'll be doing some hockey off-season segments to keep everybody up to date about what's going on. And I'm sure even with the draft too. Did they announce the date for the draft yet? Do we know, or is it?
It's the 7th, I think.
November or October?
October. So it's in like
cool.
2 weeks.
All right, so we'll definitely do maybe a quick draft preview. So you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon.